What's up, North Shore? Today we are back with Jennifer Lovecchio at Noble Lending. We are so excited because we want to talk today about first-time home buyers.
Yes.
So, you know, the process with home buying is complicated, but it's our job to make it as easy and seamless as possible. So we want to take you step by step through that process.
Yep.
So the very first thing before you do anything is get a loan or work with a lender to try to find out what you could be approved for. Why is that important, Jennifer?
Well, first off, you need to know that where you stand financially to find out what you can afford.
Exactly.
So that's why the first step is actually to get with the lender. So whether you want to ask recommendations from friends and family, or go to your local bank, or come to me here at Noble Lending, we will guide you in the right path to figure out what, how much you can afford and what the next step is.
Exactly. And it would be a disservice for me and for Jennifer to let you just go out and look at houses in the $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 range, and then you only get approved for $250,000, right? So that's why we start at the home mortgage process.
Right.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull a credit score, find your income, see your debt ratio, and then try to figure out where you're going to fit. And then once you want to pay monthly, right?
Right, yeah.
So is that one of the things that you look at and say, hey, I want to pay $1,500 a month, and then you reverse that and find out what?
Yeah, that's how we that's one of the steps or one of the approaches we take with a new home buyer. If you were to sit with me, the first thing I'd ask you is how much you pay in rent, if you do pay anything, or what do you feel comfortable spending on housing a month, and that would be everything. So we let you know that that is just your principal, your interest, and it's also going to be your taxes and your insurance all together. So we make sure that that new home buyer even understands what all of that means.
And that's what we want to make sure that you're super informed. So one of the things that we do is once that's happening, at the same time, once you get a pre-approval or a letter from Jennifer saying, hey, listen, this is kind of the rate that we're going to get, then we're going to go start looking at houses. And we're going to go look at a couple of different houses. We're going to find out what houses suit your needs. And then after that process, the next part starts. So once you find your perfect home,
right.
Jennifer's gonna I'm gonna give Jennifer a call and say, hey, look, we found this beautiful home in the shadows right off of Highway 1077, and we're gonna go ahead and write an offer on that house.
Right.
Jennifer is gonna immediately say, hey, I've already been dealing with this client, so I'm gonna write them a letter saying that you're approved to buy this house, correct?
Right, yeah, that's where the pre-approval letter comes in. So a lot of times people come to us and ask us for this pre-approval, or pre-qualification. Until we actually have that property, I will communicate with Daniel and let him know that you are approved for a loan, but not necessarily giving that letter until we actually have a property with an amount attached to it. So you'll get that letter, Daniel will get it, and he'll be able to submit that with the offer to the seller's agents.
Right, and let's just say that you're selling your house, and you get an offer, an all-cash offer for $300,000, and then also you get an offer from someone that's not pre-approved for $350,000. What are you going to take? You're going to take the cash offer, or you're going to take the offer with the pre-approval. So you can just see how that works out. On the flip side is they want to see a pre-approval letter when you're going to make an offer on that to know that you're serious. And so that's why we want to work with you first before you start looking at houses so that we can get that out of the way.
Right.
And then after that process is over, she's going to approve you for that house. We're going to go through, make sure that flood insurance, taxes, everything is going to fit into that program. And while that's happening, we're going to do another video on this. While that's happening, don't spend money.
No. No spending money.
That's a whole other video that we're going to do next, so
right.
Stay tuned for that one. But while that's happening, please be really conservative with what you're spending because we don't want to mess up the loan. So as that's happening, Jennifer's working on the back end, then we're going to go through inspections and appraisals. So we're going to go and do an inspection on that home within 14 days of the initial offer being written. And we're going to go and see what major things need to be changed in the home. Everything that you can see in that house is what we're writing that offer on. Anything we can't see behind the walls, the roof, whatever, that's when an inspector's going to come out and he's going to say, hey, I found this is what we need to do. Then the appraiser comes out and you can talk about the appraisal process.
Sure, so once we get through inspections, and I say this most of the time, when we get through inspections, Danny would call me and say, we're through inspections, we've negotiated all the terms, go ahead and order appraisal. We go ahead, we place the order, we send you the invoice. That is one of the items, a lot of people don't realize that you as a home buyer have to pay for. The price ranges depending on the property. You'd pay for that appraisal. The appraisal will come out, get it done, usually within a week, 2 weeks. We have that document back, and that is your, I guess, hard proof of what the home is worth.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that is what we base our loan approval on, I'd say. If the house comes in under, we of course aren't going to write a mortgage on a home that is only worth $185,000.
It is, and that's another thing is you never are going to pay for more than that home is worth, because it's only if you're paying cash. But as long as you're working with a lender, they're going to make sure that you're not paying more than that home is worth. So if you find a house that's worth $250,000, you can write an offer for $1 million. You're never going to pay more than $250,000 or however much the appraisal comes in at. Now, can you pick any appraiser that you want?
No, not at all. So it's very highly regulated. I don't even know who the appraisers are. We have an appraisal department. We submit the request, and we do not see who that appraiser is until that appraisal actually comes in maybe 2 weeks later. We have no idea who did the appraisal. We do not have any contact with the appraiser at all. So it's very important that it remains that way in order to keep the market level.
Exactly. And so after that, the appraiser comes back. So let's just say it's all good. Hopefully it will be. The next process is the title company. So we're going to go ahead and meet with the title company, hopefully beforehand, so we kind of know what's going on. They're going to pull the title. They're going to run the history of your house, find out who owned it before, make sure that everything is good, and that they're cleared to sell that home.
Right.
Before that they come to you and say, hey, that they are the actual owners. There's no heirs or whatever. We're going to go to the title company, and then we're going to close on your house. So they're going to go to the courthouse, file the documents for you, and that's when you own the home. So from start to finish, it's about, a month.
Yeah, I'd say 45 days, 30 days, and there's some places depending on the negotiations. Right. Depending on the seller also. Sometimes we have things like holidays that may come into play where they don't want to close at certain times, or the buyer may not want to close in 30 days. So all of that is all negotiable. So just keep that in mind. But anyway, usually 30 to 45 days.
Exactly. And I'll tell you one thing. If you are looking to buy a home in the next 6 months, call me now. If you're looking to buy a home in the next 1 year, call us right now, because it's never too early to start the process. And another thing that Jennifer can do is, let's just say you're at a 620 credit score. You can call us and say, hey, I'm looking to buy a house in the next 6 months. Well, by that time we can work with you, help you get your credit score up, get you a better interest rate. By the time you're ready to go, you're going to be paying less over time. So there's so many things that we can do to help you along with this process. So give us a call now. Whenever, it's never ever too early.
No, it's not. It's never too early to start looking. A well-informed buyer is the best buyer.
Absolutely. So we hope you thought this video was well presented, and I hope you got some good information out of it. Hit that like button, hit the share button. We would appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one.